I'm Ryan with Air Filters to You. I'm here with David from Yoga for DNA. And I'm not a big yogi. My wife is, and so I am very interested in what you do, David. How do you help people with your Yoga for DNA?
Thank you, Ryan. And you're probably thinking, what do air filters and yoga have to do with each other? And the answer is nothing, but we are both people and we share that humanity. So, what I do with the yoga, I specifically, well, not specifically, but I work with people that are experiencing depression, anxiety, maybe panic attacks. There's millions of people that have gone on antidepressants and they don't know how to go off of them. So Kundalini yoga is a science that strengthens the nervous system, the immune system, so we're better able to deal with life as it's coming up with us. So your life looks the way that it does because of the quality of your nervous system, how things occur. And what I mean by that is whether some things will, like you take two different people looking at the same situation. One person, it's fine. And then the other person, it might occur as a threat. Now, why is that? I say that is a function of the nervous system. A weak nervous system will have you be reactive to things. So when we strengthen that nervous system, you have that some facility and some mastery that you didn't have before. So depression, anxiety, those are all things that can be dramatically improved through doing Kundalini yoga. It's scientifically studied. The same thing, like I got a referral from a psychiatrist, client going off of medication. So there's a person that's used to regulating their nervous system with a drug. Now they have to do it without the drug. Now I've gone through that myself, so I understand what that means. So when you purposefully and intentionally work on that, changes will occur and how that stress, occurs to you. So is it hard? No. And it takes three things to make a change in your life: time, recurrence, and environment. So if I do one Kundalini yoga class, will I be better? Possibly, but I doubt it.
Yes.
Recurrence must be done on a regular basis. Environment. I create that environment for my clients so that they can be successful in their practice, whether it be come to my class or I work with them on how to get their, surrounding environments set up that calls to them, pulls them to, into doing the practice. Now, it might sound corny, but I want to replace them. Maybe they're drinking too much. I want them to be pulled to the practice when they get that urge.
Sure.
So I could talk for a long time, Ryan, and I'm not. That's good enough.
So along those lines, David, what is this something where you make that change and it's a lifelong change? Are these things that you need to do this every day for X amount of time, or just kind of as you feel it? Maybe you say, okay, I'm feeling this. Maybe I need to go sit aside and do some of these things that David has taught me to do.
I think it's going to depend on the person. So for me, I'm somebody that has dealt with severe depression and anxiety in my life. And my own experience of it is I don't want to say I need to, but I do it every day because I know that's what my system needs. Where somebody else, it might be a 3-day-a-week thing. It's just going to depend on the person and how they're wired. Everyone's different.
Sure.
So, the main thing is I always tell people is you got to one, you got to listen to your body and only take what the body will give you. If you try to do more than what you're wired up to do, you're going to get injured. You may even feel worse. So you just got to, it's just something you just kind of, take it at it's not a race. It's, this is something you do for a long period of time. I don't know if that answered the question, but.
I think so. Yeah. Some people are looking for those instant results, and then there's people that are like, well, I don't want to do this because then I'm going to have to do this every day. It's going to be a regimen thing, and I'm going to, but knowing that clearly it depends on you, on how you feel and what you're doing, but knowing that There's not a specific time frame, so you got to know that going in, right? Know that hey, this isn't going to cure you, like you said. Go to one class, you're not going to be cured like that. But it's also not necessarily something that, hey, you're going to be doing this thing for 45 minutes every day for the rest of your life.
Right. If you would have asked me, if you would have said 10 years ago, hey, Dave, you're going to be teaching Kundalini yoga, I would have thought, that I would have laughed. But, it became a lifestyle, and, I liked how I felt. So it then became about, being, how deep can I go into my meditations? Because the deeper I could go into my meditations, the better I felt. So the purpose of doing the yoga kriya, or the series of poses, is we need to have some tension, pressure, stress, and friction to release that tension in the body. Because if you have tension in your body, it's hard to relax, right?
Yeah.
So we purposefully, and there's over 5,000 kriyas for different things, but we're being purposeful in getting that energy off of ourselves. Life is stressful. It just is right now. Anybody that says it's not I don't know what they're doing, but
they're doing DNA yoga, yoga for DNA.
well, marijuana is legal now, but
Oh, that is true.
But that's short term. But anyway, but I noticed the more that I did yoga, it affected my diet. I didn't wake up one day, I'm not going to eat these carbs anymore. Or I ended up, I wasn't a big drinker, but I just stopped drinking completely because it just didn't work with my meditation and being able to go deeper into the meditation.
And your body, it craves things for some reason. So if you are supplying what it wanted with
Right.
something else, then it's not going to crave that thing that you were doing before.
I don't drink. No more soft drinks. Not because it wasn't because I read something in a magazine. No, I'm not drinking Coke anymore.
Mm-hmm.
No, I make yogi tea and I drink it all day long because it naturally stimulates me without caffeine and detoxifies myself. And I got the recipe on my website.
Nice.
Excellent start for detoxification. I don't want to, people that want to get off of caffeine, it gives you natural energy. How you speak elevates because you're more connected to yourself.
Yeah.
What you wear. I used to be a person that wore all black. I don't know, maybe because I didn't have to match it, but now it's a lot of light. I don't know. So, but your projection and your radiance changes just because you're doing it consistently, and you can feel it. So, yeah, I wouldn't say that I exercise anymore. I just have a desire to maintain that connection to my source of who I am and how I know myself to be. And it's not hard. I practice every day at night. I don't have to use willpower. I don't do any of that. I want to do it. That's my time. I look forward to it. So that's my goal is people, and it doesn't have to be Kundalini yoga. They get lit up about something else that they're passionate about. Some people get that through running.
Yeah.
Some people get it. I have a friend of mine. He never comes to my class, but he mountain bikes. That's his thing.
Yeah.
That's how he releases that, that energy. That's very healthy to do because that builds up. That causes all kinds of problems, diseases, illness, that, inflammation. So
Yeah, everybody's got to kind of have their release. So if you're looking for something yoga wise, check out yogafordna.com, and there's a schedule there for classes, and you can drop in on one of David's classes and check it out.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. It's good talking to you.
Hopefully we'll see you on the mat soon.
Yeah. Well, my wife for sure. We'll see if we can get me there.
I'm going to invite you anyway.
All right. Thanks.
You can come for free.
I love it.
All right.